Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an SU-100Y. It's a Tier 6 Russian, or Soviet I should say, premium tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Steps Encounter under the command of Marky 12. And he hates this map. Yes, he's actually just said in chat, this is a terrible map. Well, not quite those words, but you know what I mean. Okay, game started. Now, in counter battles, it's all about the cap, and yes, a lot of people tend to forget about that, and they duke it out on the west side of the map on this one, when the action is actually going on the east side of the map. You can easily lose track of time, and if some of your team are capping whilst the heavies are battling each other, they can suddenly find that all of their teammates have, all their enemy rather, have died, but all the enemy are over by the cap and they've capped out to win. It sometimes can be quite unfortunate. Now, he's got a 13cm gun, a naval gun, mounted on top of an SU-100, which is a Soviet heavy tank, and it was this was designed and built around March 1940, which was at the end of the Winter War with Finland, but before Germany attacked. Of course, that took place in 1941. So the Soviets had this for a full year, but they never actually went ahead and built them at all. It was only the one prototype. It's fairly vulnerable because that casement around the actual gun is fairly weak, and you can penetrate that with just about any shell. You can have blocked shots on the mantlets, and the gun, of course, is quite powerful. The hull's quite powerful as well. But the tank is rather slow. In fact, it's very sluggish indeed. 35 kilometers an hour is maximum speed forward. So, yes, you're not going to be chasing anybody who's quick. The idea for this tank destroyer is actually to find a nice spot to fire from and then hopefully nuke the enemy from a long range away. It's basically a Tier 8 gun on a Tier 6 tank destroyer. So it is quite deadly. Now, with the standard ordinary AP, it will do 440 alpha. With the premium ones, it'll do 510, and with the HE rounds, it'll do 580. And he gets a nice shot into that T-34-85M for 367, which is a low roll. And a Easy 8 came into view, but he's not loaded because he's got 13 seconds to reload. He fires at the Easy 8 right through the aerials on top of the IKV and just took a hit from the enemy Hummel. He's got his first kill, but the enemy knows where he is. So he's pulled back a bit from that IKV, who didn't take any damage from that last shot, so I suspect that the Hummel actually fired behind the rock, which he's hiding behind. Super Hellcat dies with one shot. No problem. 2 kills. We're doing so okay so far. We're one tank up on the enemy. The IKV's moved down to the cap, which may not be a great idea actually, because tank destroyers, well, they should be hiding and shooting from a distance. All they really need is the Easy 8 to be in the cap. But they've left Marky shooting from a distance, and oh, he fired at the Hellcat, but he didn't get a hit. And that makes the IKV-65 too vulnerable. And he's just been hit by Arty. The enemy's firing into the cap. The Super Hellcat south of the cap. He's lost a lot of hit points, that Super Hellcat. Looks like he's been hit by our Arty. Our Arty is a Hummel, an M44 and an SU-8, and, well, they're back near the spawn point. Super Hellcat dies. Taken out by the Easy 8. We've got an AMX 1375. And an IKV-90B. We're 2 tanks up on the enemy now. No clear targets to shoot at yet. That 90B might come around the corner. Well, we just lost our Easy 8, and now the IKV's the only guy in the cap. And I did say he shouldn't have gone ahead. He shouldn't have gone forward, because now he's easy bait for the enemy. The IKV, I think, is about to come around the corner. We can't see him. The IKV probably knows where he is. Oh, and there's an AMX 1375. The IKV's... oh, it's the VK. Fires one round into him, 483, but we lose the IKV, and now there's nobody in the cap area. The enemy has conquered the cap area. In fact, all the tanks over the other side of the battlefield, except for the Jagdpanzer 4, have been wiped out. And now it's 5 versus 6. Jagdpanzer's facing off against the Cromwell, the other side of the map. And over on this side, we've got 2 tanks definitely over here. And of course, the enemy's still got 3 Arty. Marky's trying to move to a position so he can fight it out. He doesn't want them to cap, but they are not capping yet, and we've lost the Jagdpanzer 4. He's the last tank destroyer left, and other than that, there's the Arty. And it looks like that AMX 1375 is rushing over to kill the Arty, and the Cromwell's moving north. And unfortunately, that's the M44. Near miss. We've lost 73 hit points. We're about to lose our teammates. We lost the Hummel. The SU-8 and the M44 are not going to survive an assault by a Cromwell and an AMX 1375, not unless both of them get shotgunned. And I doubt if that's going to happen. Nope, I'm afraid we lost the SU-8. The M44 did kill the AMX 1375, but I think the Cromwell's going to get him. Yes, he has. And that means now that Marquis has 5 enemies to kill him, and he's on for a Kolobanov. He puts a round into the IKV 90B and makes it 4-1 now. But he's down to about half his hit points. There's the M44 firing a round in. He's lost another 186, which means he's got 1/3 of his hit points left now. We know the Cromwell's in the north, and he'll probably come straight to the cap. So he's decided to actually locate himself a little further away from the cap, but to the south. I think he's hoping that the Cromwell is going to be dumb enough to actually drive directly from the north straight towards the cap to find him, and then he can nuke him with just 1 round. Yes, he is dumb enough. He's coming this way, and that's all it takes, 1 shot. So now it's Marquis versus 3 Arty. Now he can either stay in the cap and get nuked by their shots, or he can go out and find them. Yes, there's one. The unfortunate thing is the 3 Arty that he's up against are an AMX 13F3, a Hummel and an M44. And both the M44 and the AMX 13F3 are faster than him. So he's not going to be able to chase after them because they can just run away. The Hummel, though, that is quite a slow Arty. He might be able to chase after that one if he can find him. Now, for the moment, he's decided, with 7 minutes still to go on the clock, he might as well just take a quick look from a high observation point to see if he can spot them at a distance. You can see his sight ranges on the minimap, so you know exactly how far he's got to work with. I'll pull that up so we can see it closely. From here, he can see a bit of the cap. And of course, if the cap goes off, we know that they're capping, which would be a very bad move for the enemy. The ideal thing for the enemy is for one of them to find him, and for the others to then shoot at him and kill him. Now, he's applied his handbrake just for the moment. Takes it off. Let's put the minimap where it was. Yeah, they're not going to be behind you. I think he was just taking a look at his vehicle to see was he concealed enough. There's a sign. The ideal Arty to do the spotting would be the AMX 13F3. It's by far the fastest of the 3 Artys. Either that or the M44. But it would be a very bad move for the Hummel to do it because he wouldn't be able to run away at all. And the first one's coming to sight. It's the M44. And his 6th sense will have gone off. He'll know that he's been seen. But he's wiped out before he can see where Marquis is. And Marquis was spotted the moment he fired. So he has to move now, or the other enemy Arty will fire at him. And there's 1 shot. You can see as he pulls away from that position. The other one didn't fire. That might be because he was on the move at the time. It's very difficult to shoot and on the move, unless of course you're shotgunning somebody at close range. But Marky's changed position into the bush or near where the M44 was killed. I would definitely go down to look where the enemy spawned, because I think the M44 is going to be near the spawn point at 1, which is at grid square J4. Over there, it'll be up on the heights. So he's going to do a quick look up there as he's on his way over to the west side. He's got enough time to get over there and back if the enemy starts capping. Of course, many players would say this is the dream game if you get kill off all the enemy tanks and you've only got Arty left to kill. But of course, if there's a good Arty player on the enemy team, he will know how to shotgun an SU-100Y, or he'll know how to spot the SU-100Y and let his teammates then kill it whilst he's still in cover. Arty tend to have very good camo qualities, and a lot of Arty, you can almost drive straight up to them but not spot them. And here's the AMX-13F3. He's in sight and he's got the stock gun. And that's the end of him. Now, will the Hummel try to get him? Will he be able to react? He's got a top gun. He's certainly not going to get the Radleys out of this game. Yep, there's the Hummel. And of course, he's picked up a Pascucci's. Even if he loses the game, he's still got a Pascucci's medal. Well, it appears to me that the Hummel is probably over on the far west side of the map. I think he relocated after the battle ended and all the tanks were killed off on the west side. It's unfortunate for the Hummel that he is the last one alive, because as I said, he's not really going to be able to run away, and even if he goes to the cap, he's not really going to be able to be very effective there either, because Marky will be able to make it back to the cap in time to shoot him and kill him and win the game. The best thing the Hummel can do at this moment is hide and force a draw. If of course Marky then goes to the cap, the Hummel can fire rounds into the cap to get resets. He might pick up a defender medal. More than likely he will not get a defender. In fact, it's too late now for Marky even to cap, and so he's intent on actually killing the Hummel, and he should be able to do so. Just got to find him. Well, he wasn't over on the far west side. Is he going to be round the corner to the left? He might have done that. That's another little hiding place that some Arty go to. In that little pool with the crane. You can just get round there. He's going to do a quick pass. Is he? Going to have a quick look. I've sometimes actually killed enemy Arty in that pool area. Especially on encounter games, that can be quite a favourite spot to go to. Well, we've had the 2 minute horn, and yes, he was in there. He was. Marky should have gone round there. It is a favourite hiding place. He came north and located himself in the pool, and now all Marky's got to do is avoid getting hit by that Hummel. I think he's going to try and get him from range. Pop up around the corner, drive up the railway line until he can see him in sight, and then blast him. He doesn't want to come up the rise and present an easy target as the bow of the tank comes into view. Instead, what he's going to do, turn around. No, he's trying to get height. No, you can't do that. That's the 1 minute siren. Go up onto the railway line. Approach on the railway line, on the rise already. That's it. And then as soon as you get close, turn to face him and wipe him out. He's going to do it off the corner instead. The Hummel's still there. He's got a line. The Hummel's not ready. And that's it. That's a game. And that's a Kolobanov medal and a Dumitru's medal. And Marky is trying to climb the rock. Well played, Marky. We always like to see Arty win on What Arty Noobs, but on this occasion, because it's Marky, we like to see him win because that was the enemy. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tank of a Marky 12 and the SU-100Y, the box tank. He managed to get a duelist for taking out 2 tanks who damaged him, a fine for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, but he managed to get 2 epic medals and 2 battle heroes. He got the Kolobanov Medal, the medal everyone would like to get for standing alone against at least 5 enemy and defeating them all. And he also picked up a Dumitru's medal, which is for killing 3 enemy SPGs in the game. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He ended up with 7. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough enemy there to get a Radley's. Let's have a look at team score. The highest damage was 2,436 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was the Cromwell with 2,178. He made a classic error of approaching directly from the north. He should have changed his direction, come in from a different angle, and then he would have caught Marky unawares. And the best approach would have been from the south. I think that Cromwell driver really will be kicking himself that he made that huge tactical blunder. The VK3001P managed to get 1,983. When it came to kills, Marky was top with 7, the next high scorer being the Cromwell, and then the VK3001P with 3 kills. And 2 kills went to the AMX 1375, the Hummel, and the M44 on his own team. When it came to base XP, it was Marky 12 with 1,182, 860 went to the Cromwell on the enemy team, 768 went to the IKV-65 Alt 2, who also made a tactical blunder by going into the cap. He's a tank destroyer. He's not supposed to be fighting tactically right up the front. He's actually supposed to be shooting from a distance, and unfortunately he was outfoxed by the enemy and taken out by them. So let's have a look at detail. Marky fired 10 rounds in that game, got 9 direct hits, 9 penetrations, damage of 2,436 hit points, of which 483 were at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, one of which was a penetration, 5 hits by way of splash damage. The enemy Arty was definitely after him. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 7 killed, and he earned 43,141 credits on a premium count. And after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away 35,327 credits. He received 1,182 XP, got ×2 for the first victory, 532 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 4,078 experience points altogether. So what a great game there for Marky. He got the Kolobanov. He actually was the recipient of the Muppet behaviour of that Cromwell. I think he's probably kicking himself, as I said, because it was a huge mistake for that guy to come in the way he did. The Cromwell could have sat there spotting Marky for ages, waiting for his Arty to pummel Marky to death, and instead actually all he did was just drive straight into the jaws of death, and Marky took him down. So great game there by Marky. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel please, and thank you for watching.